Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new then hi, my name is Caitlin. Subscribe. So today I'm doing something so exciting. I am going through all the products that I have hit pan on. Now I have 10 products here. We've got some eyeshadow palettes, we've got bronzers, we've got highlights, everything. So I love watching like project pans and pan those palettes. I find them so satisfying. Just seeing like used makeup makes me really happy. I don't know, I'm sure a lot of other people are like this. I know it's not just me. I know you like it too. So I thought I'd just kind of show you what my battered old collection looks like, and yeah, hope that you enjoy. So I'm going to start with pressed powders. Now these I think are the easiest thing to pan because you use them all over your face, and I have 3. So the first one is the Essence All About Matte powder. She's a bit used and abused. This is what she looks like up close. As you can tell, she's seen better days. Basically what I did with this, I used it and then there was a big pan and then I repressed it. It's actually the same for the next product as well. And when I repressed it, I carried on using it, and then this happened. It's on its last legs. This is going to be done by the end of the year. I'm going to repurchase this. I love this. This is so inexpensive. This, I want to say, is like £3 from Wilko. Go get it. It is so good. As you can tell, because I've used it. So next I have 2 Maybelline powders. This is the Maybelline Fit Me. This is what it looks like. And again, beaten up. So this is what it looks like up close. Again, like I said, I did repress this because there was a huge pan in it, and it's just looking great, really, isn't it? I honestly can't wait till like these products are like completely used up, like completely no product left, because I don't know, it makes me feel like I've got my money's worth and I've used it to death and I've loved it. I love them. So this next one's a little less, what's the word? So this one's a little less satisfying, I guess. This is another Maybelline powder. What's this? The Fit Me in 125. So I use this a lot less because this is slightly darker than my skin tone. So if I ever have like a too light foundation, then I'll pop this on and it just kind of evens everything out. But I have a very bad habit of buying foundations that are like 10 shades too dark anyway. So this doesn't get as much love, but as you can tell, I've hit pan on it, so it has got some love. It's fine. It's not too neglected. Okay, so now we're moving on to highlighters. Now, I hit pan on an Ofra highlight. It's only a teeny tiny pan, just like here, but it's pan nonetheless. There are people outside slamming their doors. With this, I feel like I bought it yesterday, but I also feel like I bought it 10 years ago. It's really strange. It feels so new, but so old at the same time, and I don't know how to describe it. That's just, yeah. But this is one of the most blinding highlights in my collection. It is beautiful. I use it so much, as you can tell. I hit pan on it. I actually hit pan on this like 2 days ago, so this is still quite exciting for me. But yeah, I hit pan on an Ofra highlighter. That's insane. This is Glazed Doughnut. I don't think I said that, but oh my god, I have to. I'm sorry. Look at that. So beautiful. I think, yeah, I'm wearing it today. My nose is beaming. It's just so beautiful. It's expensive. She's expensive. But I hit pan on it, so I'm getting my money's worth. So the next 2 products are Revolution products. I really like Revolution's highlighters. They do that really well. The first one is the Sculpt and Glow Contour and Highlight Palette. So this is what it looks like. You can see I've hit pan here on the highlight, and I have hit pan on the bronzer, or like the contour, or whatever it's called, but it's like a little less noticeable, but it is there. I just haven't hit like deep pan on it yet. This product I really enjoy. Again, Revolution highlights are so good and they are very cheap, but with this and the next product that I'm gonna say, because it is a Revolution product, you hit pan on these within like a week. it might not be a week, but you know what I'm trying to say. You hit pan on these so quickly, and I don't think the pans are very deep at all, and I think that's why they can do such good quality products with such a little price tag, because there's barely any product in here. So hitting pan on this did not take long at all. It just kind of popped up one day and I was like, oh, okay, I've used this like twice, but great. But no, don't let that put you off like buying them, because they are genuinely really good products. And I still have so much product left in here. So next is the Revolution Pro Supreme Highlight in Ice. Now, I only bought this for the middle shade. I actually scraped out these two shades because I'm never gonna wear a bright blue highlight and I'm never gonna wear a bright pink highlight. I just kind of scraped them out, mixed them together, and then repressed it for like a purple highlight, because I find that's more wearable, even though I have never ever worn it. I need to get on that. But today we're focusing on this middle shade here. This is so blinding. That's what it looks like on my finger, and I'll swatch it next to the Ofra one. Like, spot the difference, you know? This is the Revolution one at the bottom, and then this is the Ofra one. Their quality is amazing, but you just don't get that much product, which, to be honest, if you have a big collection like me, is fine, because I have so many other things to choose from, and they're pretty cheap. I think this was like £9, which for a single, because I only use this as a single, is kind of expensive, but you can mix them. You can get like a lighter blue if you mix these two, or a lighter pink or a purple. You can mix them. I just chose not to. Okay, so now it's the most exciting time. These are the eyeshadow palettes. I'm so excited. So my newest pan is from my Modern Renaissance palette. Now, I've really wanted to like crack down on this palette, because this is old. I think this is like a 2016 palette. It was made in 2016, and the expiry date is 6 months. So we're closer to 6 years than 6 months, but that's okay. So this is what my palette looks like. It's very used and abused. And this is the pan here. I use this shade to just set my lid. It's called Tempera. I'm dyslexic, shush. But no, as I said, I've really wanted to crack down on this palette. I do want to keep using it until I hit pan on a few other shades. So this shade has a huge dent in it. I love using this shade as just like a one color look. Really good, really smoky, really good for fall. I think this in general is just a fall palette. I love it. The quality is going a little bit because it is so old. It should not still be alive at all, but I still like it. I still like it. Some of the shades do fade throughout the day, like Cypress Umber, this very dark brown. You can barely see it at the end of the day, but again, that's not to do with the quality. It's because it's like ancient, and I should not be putting this anywhere near my eyes. So this palette, the original Soph X Revolution palette, this is the first eyeshadow I ever hit pan on, which is very exciting. I've used this so much that the lid just comes off. That happened a while ago. We don't mind that, it's fine. So this is the pan here on this shade. Don't ask me what the name of the shade is, because I lost the sheet years ago. So just don't ask. But this is the first eyeshadow I ever hit pan on. I'm so proud of myself. I remember when I first hit pan on that shade, I was like, oh my god. It was just a big deal for me. But yeah, I do want to kind of get a little bit more use out of this. This shade here is very close to being done. There's dents in pretty much all the shades. Any shade could be gone at any moment, because this was used. This I think was one of my first ever like eyeshadow palettes, so she's seen some rough times. So second to last, this is the Violet Voss Nicole Concealer palette. This palette is my show palette. Whenever I have a show, this is perfect to just bring, because look at all them neutrals. So as you can see here, the shade Hangry has some pan in it. This was kind of, I did focus on this shade quite a lot I use this as a one colour look most days. So I didn't really use the whole palette, I just used that one shade, but I hit pan, so I must have used it a lot. I do this thing where like I pick a palette, an eyeshadow palette for like the month or for however long, and I really focus on that palette and try and get as much use as I can. So that's why I have pan on quite a few palettes. So last but not least, this is my most proud achievement. This is the Warrior by Juvia's. Now, I think Juvia's are pretty well known for having huge pans. And let me tell you, they're not only very wide, but they're also extremely deep. And this is definitely the deepest pan I have in my collection, and it took me way too long to hit pan on, but here we are. Look. Ah, look at that. So just give you a closer look, that is the pan in that shade. I'm so proud of this. So that is the shade Cano or Kano, I'm really not sure. The names in Juvia's palettes are not my strong point. It's the brown, the mid-brown shade. But no, I worked on this for months. And I used this palette and I kept going for it, and finally I hit pan. The day I hit pan, I could die happy. I could have died happy that day because I hit pan on that shade, finally. So yeah, these are all the products that I've hit pan on today. So yeah, even though I have like a very big collection, having pan on all of these just makes me so happy. It makes me feel like I've actually got my money's worth. I was kind of in a bit of a rut with especially the Modern Renaissance and the Ofra highlight. It was like, oh, I've paid so much money, I don't want it to be gone. But that's stupid because I paid so much money that I need to use it. That was definitely my rut with high-end makeup. I'd buy it, I'd use it like twice, and then I'd sit and look at it for years, and I would get no use out of it at all. But I've kind of overcome that now, and seeing Pan in my Modern Renaissance, because she's an old grandma, trust me, she is an old grandma. It just makes me so happy that I'm getting the use that I paid for, and yeah, I'm just very happy. So just very quickly before we go, I did want to mention something. This isn't, like, they haven't asked me to say anything about this. This is completely something that I want to shout out. The pigment on my eyes, the silver, you can see it is absolutely beautiful. And it's made by a company called KB Rose. Now, KB Rose, I have 3 of their pigments. I have this white one, I have a white one with like yellow duochrome, and I also have a teal blue. These are so beautiful and they're very, very inexpensive. So if you are in the market for some more pigments, you can see how absolutely stunning it is on my eye. If you are in the market for some more pigments, I would highly recommend them. They are a very small brand. They're on Instagram. Just show them some support because they really, really deserve it, and I really, really love them. I've had no bad experience with them, and yeah, I just want to promote an indie brand on my channel, do something good on my channel. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I really, really love these types of videos, and I hope you do too. If you did like it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in another video. Bye guys.